Hello and welcome back to match 24. Now, this match is sponsored by Biostrath, a proud partner of the European Cricket Network team. These two teams, well look, we've seen them making their debut. They performed well, both the team from Berlin, and I think this match is just going to be as exciting as the first one. So first of all, thank you to Biostrath, our partner. Biostrath, remember, is that 100% natural supplement. They've been formed for over 60 years, helping us in our body and in our mind with their supplement. Well, on that note, let's go over to the captains and Charles Croucher, the tournament referee for the all-important Biostrath coin toss. Awaits the call.
Heads is the call.
Heads the call, and it is...
Tail.
It's a tail. Arun.
We would like to bat again.
Arun would like to have a bat again, and why not? As I keep saying, it's been a sensational day here in Dresden. The sun is shining, and we've seen that the batsmen, if they can get it, they can go on to score big runs. Where we've seen some stars and some good batsmen out there going out, scoring good runs, and I think there's a few more out there that we haven't seen already. So for the last time today, and for the last time this week, let's go over to Danny Hudacek in the tower for the start of this match.
Well, thanks, Rico. I saw a fantastic game just a few minutes ago between these two sides. Not much between them, the Berlin CC and the International Cricket Academy. And it was Berlin CC winning on the final ball of the game. Thought it was going to be a golden ball, not to eventuate. So, but the news is that Berlin International Cricket Academy has won the toss and decided to bat first. So we'll see some of their players again. They batted well to get up to 91, which was a very defendable total, and they almost did defend it. But it was very good batting there from Nick Krager to get them over the line in the end. And what an improved performance here, Berlin CC. They show that they've got some capabilities, but with the batting, the top order struggled, and also the opening bowlers. And it is the skipper, Zafar, to open again. He didn't have the best time of it with the ball. Let's see if he can improve that. So, Rico, what did you make of the last game, and what do you expect with this one?
Well, it was a very exciting game. Well, it was very exciting from down here. It could have gone anywhere. I thought we were going to go to the golden ball. I tell you what, it was probably pretty exciting for you all the way up there.
That was fantastic. What a view. It's we're down on the bottom level of the tower, and there are 3 platforms in front of us. I was at the very top, and got a fantastic look at this ground and the facility.
I bet they looked like matchstick men, didn't they, from up there? Well, first of all, well done to all the guys here from Spring Production, to Andres Richards and Christian Apps. They've got everything going once again as we see the first ball from Zafar, and it's outside the off stump. And that's a line that was pretty successful to most of the batsmen. I mean, there was a point there, wasn't there, where Nick Krager just couldn't get bat onto ball. And talking to him afterwards, he was saying at one point, he's saying, I thought I was going to go 30 balls without scoring a run. Well, he did score runs, and vital runs. He got to his 50 as well. And as some of his teammates were saying, well, he won this game for us just by himself. It wasn't quite extreme as that, but certainly he played a massive part in it. But when we did lose the comms, let's see this delivery. It's nicely played. We'll go for a single. Yeah, we lost the comms, and the only way to get something back on was to be directly fed into the camera right above into the tower. And I didn't put my hand up, so Danny went up there, and you did an outstanding job, sir. Well done.
Thanks, mate. It was good fun up there. A bit shaky at the start, though. There was a bit of a rattle in the tower. Didn't lose my footing, luckily, which was nice. But yeah, it was a very good view from up there.
Possibility now to face his first ball, and he's hit this well. He's rifled it out on the offside. 4 runs. That's a nice shot. He did look at a good bat when he was out there, and it was while he was there, I think the Berlin International Cricket Academy were going at a good rate. It was only when he lost his wicket, lost some key wickets in that first match, and that slowed things down for him. So they're looking for a much better start. They're looking to bounce back, and well, maybe we'll finish the day perhaps with all teams having got a victory. In comes Zafar, and he strayed this one down the leg side, and it will be given a wide. Now look, that's one thing that we've seen already in this day, and of course we've underlined it so many times in this series and many others. You've got to keep those extras down, and I think that last match, well, that demonstrated that, didn't it? I mean, too many extras, and those no balls there right at the end, well, that cost them big time.
Yeah, absolutely. Comes in again the bowler. Going for one. Bit of a high bounce there for the fielder. Made it difficult for him. Well taken single. Yeah, the extras really cost the Cricket Academy, and they want to keep those down in the second game. And you're right, Rico. There's a big chance of all teams getting a victory here on the first day of Group B. I'm going to see another team, Magdeburg, tomorrow as well. They're yet to play. It'll be interesting. Actually, I'm not on tomorrow. That's Sunday.
Yeah.
Take a break on Sunday, on Monday. And this one's hit him on the pad. Just got a leg by. Maybe even got a bit of bat in it. Looks like the umpire's signalling. Well, not signalling, which means that he did get a bit of an inside edge. But Magdeburg we'll see on Monday. Looking forward to seeing what they offer. We've seen some good cricket today. These two teams very evenly matched. The first two in the day, Chemnitz and Britannia, both very, very good sides, but quite evenly matched.
Zafar, that's a good delivery. It's well dug out by Paspoletti as well. Gets a single. That would have been spicy for many a batsman. That delivery, we've seen it take so many wickets. But he's dug this one out, and that's the end of the over. And score moves on to 9 without loss.
It's a pretty good start here for the academy side. That's what they got in the first game. They average about 9 and over the run rate, so not a bad start for them. And Zafar, he looks a good bowler, but just not getting everything right yet. I don't think it is only their first day, so we'll see what he can bring in the rest of the tournament.
Well, Imran Bukhari is the second opening bowler. He marks up his run. I was really impressed with his bowling, Bukhari. He bowled a lively, good line. He caused trouble, and well, I think you got to remember all the opening bowlers bowled pretty well. It was just towards the end where they lost their line a little bit, started bowling perhaps just a little bit too short when they were bowling to Krager, and that's where I think they ended up losing that match. And also, of course, once more those extras. Good bit of movement away.
Yeah, Bukhari was also instrumental in that run chase. He was the batting partner there for Nick Krager at the end of the innings. A good little partnership at the end to get over the line.
Yep.
So, but he's been bowling's quite tidy. Bowls with a little bit of shape out, a little bit of outswing, and that's what these Kookaburra balls will do early on, and even sometimes late into the innings. It just depends on how well they're managed by the teams.
Bukhari once more. Paspoletti on strike. This is angled in at his legs, and it's obviously taking something on the way through. The umpire very quick to move. He's expecting perhaps to see the batsman go for a run here. Let's watch how quickly he moves here. So, no, it's gone all the way through. So it takes nothing. A good stop by the keeper. Those ones are always quite difficult. Mitul Patel.
If I moved a man into point and drop a man back through deep cover. Comes in again, and this one's hit straight down the ground. That's Rohit Grover, who gets his body behind it. It's a watchful start from these batsmen. It's been a good start from Bukhari though. Only one run from the 3 ball so far in this over. Coming again, he'll be bowling to Vanan.
Vanan has been looking to try and chip this over down on the on. If he sees the ball darted back to him, they're taking on the fielder again, and they've got to be quick, and they'll take. Well, I was going to say they've got to be looking to take the the overthrow, but perhaps he'd really had to accelerate to make sure he got in, and then couldn't get the brakes on, and it was a long way back to get to the other end. So probably wise. Don't want to be risking any silly singles. I mean, there was plenty of runouts, wasn't there, in that last match, and they don't want any more.
Well, there's almost another one there. It's well done from the fielder. Just missed the stumps. There were two backing up, and they both missed it. But a direct hit, I think he would have been in a lot of trouble there, Mukil Vanan. Here comes the bowler again. Coming in, Imran Bakari.
This one is, once again, just drifting sort of onto that leg stick. And at the moment, the batsman just not able to work that ball around there, sort of behind square. There's nobody back there. They've left it completely open, the leg side, and in fact the two men back, our third man, pretty wide, a very wide third man, I have to say, and a man on the offside on the extra cover boundary. And I think the reason for that is there were some glorious shots played by both these batsmen in that area, Vanan and Puspalati. Oh, he's gone through, got him, he's knocked him over. Lovely delivery there from Bukhari. And that one was too good for Puspalati, and he has to go.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic over there from Bakari. He's picked up a wicket, deserves it as well. Only 2 runs from it, and the big opening wicket there of Chanti Pasapulti, and he's happy about that, Imran. That's a very, very good start there. But here's what we'll see on Monday. On match 25, USC Magdeburg. Haven't seen them yet. They'll be playing against one of these teams, the Berlin International Cricket Academy. We're playing in the first 2 games of Monday morning. And then we'll see Berlin up against the mighty Britannia. And the Britannia, the defending champions, Berlin CC, they'll have to play well to get anywhere near those guys. And the one-man show, Rohit Singh, it was so devastating this morning. But I think we're going to be in for some fascinating cricket next week. Looking forward to those 2 games and seeing what Magdeburg have to offer.
Yeah, definitely. Well, this man, Nick Krager, we know all about him already. He bowled very well. Very tidy spell. Occasionally just gave too much width. And at that point, the batsman, Puspalati, was one of them. And the other one is one on strike here, and we were able to capitalise on that. But other than that, nice and tidy. And well, with the bat, he did enough to win the match for his team, Berlin CC.
Ooh.
And he's got that one through straight away. The umpire says yes, he did. And there's that line outside the off. This has moved in a lot as well. The slick from the batsman. And he waited for the umpire to give him. There we go. Look at that movement. That's a lovely delivery. And he's got to go. Smiles all around. And he's having a very good day. And what a debut he's making for his team here. Wonderful stuff. And the umpire says, nod of the head. When the umpire saying, yeah, you got to go.
Yeah, very good start there from Krager. Again, a bowler gets a wicket on his first ball. And Krager, that cut in a mile. Hit the seam, the Kookaburra. And we know that this pitch, there is a bit of sideways movement and up and down movement as well from this pitch. It doesn't give an advantage to either the bowler or the batsman, but a good bowler will get movement and a bit of kick. And you saw that cut in a mile from Krager, and that's another wicket down, 2 down for 11. Still in the power play, Krager. And look at getting another one. He's a very good bowler, good cricketer all round actually, Krager. And got the new batsman coming in, just taking strike. Bit of a lull.
Yeah, this is they need a pick me up, don't they? They need things to happen their way. They're obviously very flat after losing that very, very close match, and need to try and come back strong. And if one of these 2 batsmen can get going, it will certainly raise their spirits. And we didn't know too much about this one either. Very good bowling, and he does get a little bit of something on it. But I don't think he knew too much about it. Good bowling, good variation. And this one, it was almost like this one went the other way. Yeah, it does. Got the away swing going.
Good ball first up to the new batsman. And just sort of poked at it. got away with it, the new batsman Vaibhav Patel. And yeah, it's getting a bit of movement in the air and off the pitch. There's Krager bowling to Singh.
Yeah, Kuldeep Singh, he went first bowler last time. He'll be looking to impress this time round. And he drops the bat on it, wants to get the run to his name. But the batsman at the other end, Patel, is not interested. He doesn't even leave his crease. Figure there, Patel, he's just rooted to the ground. All smiles at the moment on the Berlin CC players, and why not? Got the first win under their belt, and at the moment they're on top here, 12 for 2.
Yeah, still 3 balls left in this over, 3 balls left of the power play.
He's gone big, and he's got it big. Balle, balle, balle. Ginna sona, ginna badashaka.
Just outside our stump, and he's absolutely hammered that. That's a lovely shot, giving him a bit of room. There did the bowler. So let's see how he comes back. It was a good over until then.
He gets his first runs of the series, Kuldeep Singh. That'll make him feel better. Krager will have something else to think about. And he went for the Yorker, the away swinging Yorker. Kuldeep played that pretty well. Gets a single.
So Kuldeep Singh, he was the one who bowled the final over in the last game that gave victory to Berlin CC. So he's, I think he's going to try to make up for a little bit with his batting.
Yeah, he certainly got a score to settle. I mean, in that last over, he got a feel from 15 were required and they got him. But there was 3 no balls in that over. So just imagine that also meant 3 free hits. And this one was a bit high for me as well. I don't know what the umpires are thinking about it. I don't know if they're going to have a look at each other. It was pretty high. It's signaled as a 4.
Yeah, from the naked eye, it looked pretty high. He did move forward though, and that's fair enough, I think.
Yeah, he's come a long way forward. So the judging that would have dipped and been okay if he had stayed in his normal batting stance inside the crease. So a good finish to the over, you have to say. So they've raced along to 23 now. So at one point they were really looking way behind, and that tells you a story. So that second over, Bukhari was a very good one. And then that one, the third, started well. And then 2 big shots there towards the end. And the score has moved along nicely to 23 for 2. So the power play looks a little better. The only concern will be 2 wickets, and they're key wickets as well for 2 men that have batted well for them, Vanan and Puspalati. But, well, Kuldeep, maybe he's going to come back strong after his first bowler in the first meeting between these 2 teams. And the new bowler is going to be Bukhari to continue bowling himself out. This is, again, on the leg stick. In comes the throw. It's a good pick up and throw. That man's been vital in the matches between these 2 teams, hasn't he? The man on the 45, whether you want to call him fine leg or sort of backward square. There's been a lot of shots that have gone to that player exactly.
Yeah, look, it's an important position for run saving. You get because of the big swings and inside edges, anything going down, slightly down leg goes down to that man. So very, very important position.
It's nicely played, keeps it along the ground. Fielder comes in and attacks it. This is Karan Singh. We'll take the single. This is a lot better from the Berlin International Cricket Academy. They're not just playing the shots, but keep rotating the strike, taking the singles, keeping the field on their toes. Bukhari now bowling to Kuldeep Singh. Right up there again. Doesn't really allow Singh to do too much more with this other than just play it back straight. Single taken.
I've been impressed with Bukhari's bowling. He's kept it nice and tight. Only 5 so far of his 1.3 overs. So it's been impressive. Kuldeep Singh just unable to get it away. Brings Patil back on strike.
Patil there, you can see he's just trying to get himself into a position to whip this one away. sort of at the square leg point. That's what he's trying to do. Look, he gets himself in position, gets everything ready for the shot. But maybe he came too far forward to play it, to execute it. Perhaps it's probably better if he had just stayed inside and gone back and clipped it round. But I think that's probably all to do with that field. And I think what he's managed to do here perhaps is clip it onto his own foot. So he's down, he's out. And maybe the 12th man is going to have to run on with some of that magic spray.
It's never pleasant when you smash one onto your foot. And I think it is the magic, or it's water. He does have magic spray in his hand as well. He'll be happy when he sees that. But it's been good Yorker length deliveries from Bukhari. And it's not an easy thing to do when you've got batsmen moving all around the place, moving forward and backwards on the crease. And he's done very, very well, Bukhari. Been impressed with his bowling. Kept the runs down, but he's also taken out the foot of Vaibhav Patil as well. And they take a nice little break as well to the BCC players. And as Patil limps back to the crease, I don't think he'll want to run too many quick singles. Let's see if his batting partner has sympathy for him, Kuldeep Singh. If he'll come on through for a quick one. So there's 2 balls left in this spell by Bukhari. Figures of 1 wicket to 5 at the moment.
Well, if you're come on, you're a bowler. Where are you going to bowl this one?
At his foot.
Yeah, we're not. This is we're from the same mode, me and you, the same mould. This is what you do. You've heard him. Now you go for it. You blow the sucker blow. Here he comes. It'll be full. And it's swinging into, and he's knocked him over. And that's a victory for the bowler. And this feels good. I know, I've been there. Danny, you know you've been there. That's what it's all about. You bowl fast and hard, and you hurt him, and then you go and knock him over.
Yeah, that's just desserts, I think, for Bukhari. He's bowled very, very well in the spell. Bowled well in the last game as well, but kept the runs down. He's picked up his 2nd wicket, and it's just been through very good bowling. There's no luck involved. He's just bowled at the sticks, bowled at the big shoes that Vaibhav Patil is limping off with his foot and his pride hurting.
Well, that's very good bowling though. I mean, look, take nothing away from the bowling from Bukhari, and also I think from Nick Rager. One thing we've seen there is probably something we didn't see so much of in Group A. 1 or 2 bowlers did, but we kept on saying there was perhaps at times too much bowling that was too short, and maybe the line wasn't so good. Bowlers struggled to get the line in the right corridor, and what we've seen here early on, certainly from Bukhari and from Nick Craig, is that they're able to get the ball right up there full, and also they're getting it to move around a bit as well, which makes it very difficult for the batsman to play.
Look, absolutely, Rico, and been impressed with the start here from BCC. They're taking those 3 wickets. There were a few loose deliveries, I think, from Nick Craig. There was that one full toss, and then he did get slammed back over his head for 6. I think it was that bad a ball, just a little bit over pitched. But for the most part, it's been very good bowling, especially from the man Imran Bukhari. So it brings another batsman out to the crease. He was impressive in the last game, especially with the ball Sandan Chin Tenipu. And he's come out to the crease. It'll be. I thought Singh would be facing, and it's not. It's Sandan facing.
Yeah, Tenipu to face. Well, just the one ball he's got to try and negotiate from Bukhari, because this is the last of his spell. And it's not the best one, so he'll get another chance to bowl a better ball than that one. It was down the leg side, so that's a wide delivery. Be disappointed with that. He's taken, well, with that one, 2 for 6 so far, and they found him very difficult to negotiate.
Yeah, I thought it was. I thought he'd bowl his over out there. My apologies, Rico, but Bukhari's been very good. Just spoiling his figures there a little bit with a wide.
Yeah, well, he could make them better if he gets this one in the right place. You see a batsman is batting outside his crease, and that's probably because he's trying to compensate for the swing that Bukhari gets. And this is played up and over the infield. They'll go for one, and it looks like Krager normally patrols the boundary there. It covers the field pretty well, but not well enough to stop the 2. So he will go for 2 more, but still 2 for 8. Fantastic bowling, and the score moves on to 29 for 3.
Yeah, fantastic spell from Bukhari. So it's Rico, I think you need to have a chat about Biostrath.
Biostrath. Well, I'm trying to convince you about Biostrath, and I'm sure that before we're done, I will be. But Biostrath here, superb product, 100% natural, and it's a herbal yeast product, which helps to maintain and look after our well-being, and gives us the energy that we need. And also, if a lot of people suffer from a low immune system, helps your immune system as well, helps you recover from illnesses. So it's many advantages, as this one is hoiked out towards the onside mid-wicket and get the throw in. As the new bowler comes on to bowl, and this man, well, he bowled pretty intelligently for me, Mandani. He varies it well, and most of the time the shots that were played of him were going to hand. So let's see what he does here.
I've got a yeast product I very much enjoy as well, Rico, and that is beer. We're looking forward to a beer after a long day's cricket. Spin's been hit straight at us.
Oh, that's a big shot. And, well, he was talking about beer, then he was up like a flash. He saw this white kookaburra coming our way, but luckily this one dips under us. This is a nice shot. But once more, this is where we've seen this before. Lovely shot, Seis Guerreras, nicely done. But now you've got to follow it up. Now you've got to stay there. You can't throw your wicket away. Think about partnerships. That's what these two have got to do.
He's muscled that one onto the leg side. Just a single. But, yeah, I think he's trying to kill us. Rico is Sandown. We've been peppered with cricket balls all week. They're getting closer. Comes Naga again.
Oh, big swing and a miss. Asking the question. It'd be worth seeing this again. I mean, he's swung himself all the way around to get his bat back in, and whoa, that was very close. Very, very close indeed. Well, I think we'll see this when it slowed down a bit. Maybe he just gets there. Let's have a look. Oh, just. Look at that. Yep. Great work once again. Excellent. From our guys, courtesy of Spring Productions, one of our partners, Andres Richards and Christians. Doing a wonderful job. And well done, guys, for sorting out all the gremlins that we had in that last match. I know Danny's relieved to be back down here, even though we're not on ground level. It's not as high as where he was a while back, as this one's played out for a single. Nicely done. Look, we had some good contributors in Group A, and Group B started here today. Just talk about some of the batsmen. Our friend Sharifi, the entertainment machine. He's highest scorer so far, 214 in the series. And he's followed closely by Zahid Mahmood. This one's up in the air, and it's going to go to hands. Is he going to take it? Well, he's going to make no mistakes at all. And you know who it is, Nick Krieger. What a day he's having. He's having a big impact on the field, and also when he's got the bat in his hand, it just makes things happen. This one a little bit slower. The batsman trying to play this inside out, going for that big shot over extra cover. Not able to do it. And a wicket goes. And right on cue, Danny, what we're talking about, they've got to make partnerships. What they tend to do here, they play a good shot and then get themselves out.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's a good cricketer, Nick Krieger, good athlete as well. Safe pair of hands. And as soon as it went up towards that area, we knew what the result would be.
Yep.
And you're right, they do need a partnership. And just losing too many wickets at the moment. It's only one in double figures. And it's a man who's not out at the moment. It's Kuldeep Singh. All the others starting. They get a couple of runs, and then they lose their wickets. So that's Sandown. He's out for 9, just taking 4 deliveries, but still they just want to bat a bit deeper into this innings. Only halfway through, and they're on 38 for 4.
Yeah, that's not good enough. The new batsman takes his guard. So going back to that, so Zahid Mahmood is the second highest score, 176, and then Abdullah Yasir of Rayburger, he's on 169. So those are the top 3, and I'll give you the bowlers maybe after this delivery. So it's going to be, well, the new batsman Arun Kumar to face it, and he goes big, and he's going to go to hands. This one, he's going to take the catch. Yes, he is. So Kumar He goes very first ball, and we've seen this many times today as well. The bowler comes on, gets a wicket straight away. And, well, what can you say about this batting? It's almost like, well, they just want to take everything on. They believe that they can. This one, again, he sliced it, hasn't hit it clean. And a very, very good catch. Very well judged by Karan Singh.
That'll be a very interesting statistic, actually, to see in this first week of the tournament how many times a bowler has got a wicket on his first delivery. And actually, it's the first delivery of his tournament and of his Vimal Maripeti. He was 12th man in the first game. Ivan Dubel is the 12th man in this game, and he's come in, taken a wicket with his first ball. I think he's having a chat to his skipper, asking why he didn't play the first game. Comes in left arm around the wicket. In fact, right arm.
Oh, this one, the batsman just lets it go by. Well, I mean, they did cross, so he's bowling at Kudu. I was going to say the batsman that's sort of in. He's not really had too many deliveries, just 9 of them. Kuldeep Singh. This one's hit firmly. It's going to the hands. Oh, that's a good catch.
Oh.
And he's managed to stay inside the field of play as well. Sensational from Tiwari. This was really, really good. I mean, not only was the catch sensational, but it was the footwork as well to stay inside the field of play. This is sensational. This is what we call sexy cricket.
Didn't he do well? There he is. He took the catch. He's going towards the boundary. Fancy footwork. And top effort there for Manish. Another wicket there. Also for Vimal. So, Maripeti is taken 2 wickets for no runs.
Yeah, 3 balls, 2 wickets. I mean, wow, what a cat. We keep saying this, Danny, don't we? Every time we watch a match, there's sensational catches. I mean, just top of the head, in no particular reason. Zadran taking that one-hander. And we keep saying, we're not going to see better than that. And then we see a catch like that. That was superb. He had to come a long way, takes a catch, then the whole momentum here. Look, all of his momentum is taking him outside of field of play. Look which way he's running. He lands. How he stays in there, I don't know.
Oh, fantastic effort. I've seen some good catching from this team. That was up there with the catch that Rohit Grover took in the last game over his head, where he almost took out Nick Krager as well.
Of course, yeah. I mean, there's just so many. Somebody's got to be putting all this together. Please tell me you are. In the air, and I think it will drop safe. It's taken a long time to just get to the 30-yard circle. There was nothing convincing about that shot at all. And the first runs come off Maripeti's over.
It was a rankful toss. Got away with it. Luckily, he didn't hit it better because he would have been caught in the boundary. The 2 men out there. He comes in again.
Tries to play this defensively away. And I'm liking the way the field has come in as well. They're not... See, they haven't just gone defensive. They haven't thinking, all right, we've got them 6 wickets down. They say, no, we've got them 6 wickets down. They're not really hitting anything. Let's keep the pressure on. So that offside is in. We got that man in cover right up there as well. Stopping the single, and that causes that, and asking the question, and they've got him. And good work there on Anantharam. Takes the stumping. Another batsman goes, and this is not looking good. It's sort of going from bad to worse. And you see he's just decided to come down the wicket, and he's been asked to wait. We're just making sure that this has been taken cleanly. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I think they don't get any easier than that.
It's interesting with Maripeti when he comes in. Have a look. He's got the ball in his left hand when he runs in, and just before he bowls, he switches it into his right. And I don't think that confuses the batsman. Looks like they're confused though, because he's taken 3 in this over, and it's not a great look here for the Berlin International Cricket Academy. They're struggling. And just losing wickets consistently and just not getting the runs either.
Yeah, batsman being asked just to wait. I'm not too sure why. I mean, I don't see anything in doubt. I mean, sometimes you could say, well, where did the wicketkeeper take it? No, wicketkeeper's taking it fine. Yeah, it's well out. And yeah, in the end, He does depart.
Yeah, it's well, new bowler. It'll be Alex Smith will come on. He's going to chuck some pies like he did in the last innings. Got him a wicket. Got smashed around the ground a little bit as well. But he's the right type of bowler to be putting on right now. Just tempting the batsman to try to hit over the boundary. And there are plenty of boundary riders, and they're just not hitting the ball very well at the moment, the Cricket Academy players. So Alex Smith is going to pull the pin on this grenade, launch it in the air. He's got to land somewhere around the pitch.
He's the right sort of bowler, I think, to have on here because, well, the setting is for him, 39 runs only, 7 wickets down. I think every batsman now just wants to try and hit big. And Vanukuri, he'll have a go. Well, this one was a freebie. It was a dirty one on the leg side. It would go for 4 runs. I'd also like to have a look at what the umpires think about the height here as well. I mean, it's pretty high, but no, I think that's dipping. So no problem with the no ball issue. And it does go. That was a nice one. Certainly nice one if you're the batsman. So Manukuri's saying, yeah, I'll have those. Give me a few more of those. That'll help.
Let's see if he can come back and find the pitch this time, Smith. He comes in again and rolls his wrist over. This could be out.
No,
or it could
I
be
think he's
6.
going. I
That's
think he's going for
huge.
6. It's another one. Shaka Lagya. Well, this is better. Well, consecutive boundaries. He's floating them up. And Vanukuri, he certainly is taking him on. Well, if he keeps hitting them well, he won't mind it.
He's hitting it very well. Well, that one at least. See what we can do. It's brought them back into the game a little bit. 10 runs off the first 2 balls. Rolls his wrist, and that's going to be called a wide. I think he's trying to bowl leg spin. There's Alex Smith. He's definitely rolling his wrist over it. It did turn away a bit. So toppies and leggies from Smith does give it a lot of air. He's a tall man as well. It's a good ball. And it's in the air. Player coming round. Will he be able to get there? And he's... Oh, great effort. He caught it, but it was over the boundary, and that's 6.
Yeah, and well done from the fielder as well. Look, this from Karan Singh is a fantastic effort. You can see it's in the air a long time. He doesn't know where this is going to land. I think what he's thinking here, do I catch it, do I don't? Then he thought about flicking it. He needed to flick it then there, but in the end, it just didn't go as he wanted. It does take a very fine cat, but it won't count. Well, what will count is 6 runs. So it's the attack on Smith at the moment. He's gone for 17 off his 3 deliveries. And it's that man, Vanukuri, is doing it. Smith once more. Here go again. He's hit hard. This is probably going to be 4. Is it fielder coming across trying to stop it? He's got the strides in there. No, it just slows up, but they'll take 2.
Well, the pie chucker. Well, they've got another one as well.
Still going. They'll take 3 in the end. They think, well, we'll take 3. And Shetty's saying, yeah, give me a chance. Well, Shetty, you're going to have a chance.
Smith serving up big pies like we have in the pie shop in Prague with the Down Under. So delicious. And that's what he's been throwing up. 20 off the first 4 balls of this over. I think there's more to come as well.
Well, we've got left-hander in as well, so Smith has got to get his line right here straight away to the lefty. The field is already in place. 3 men on that leg side boundary. And then you got the 2 on the off, so long off. And, well, an extra cover pretty close to him, actually. Smith into Shetty. Shetty goes for it. I don't know if he's got anything on this or not. The umpire is waiting to give us a signal. It will be a wide. So 2 wides. So Shetty, he couldn't get back on the ball. It then goes past him, but it will be a wide. So it's going to go back to Vankuri.
Yeah, look, didn't get his line right there. I think he just realised when he let the ball go that he was bowling to a left-hander. And this has not been a good over from the pie chucker.
Oh, he's hit straight at him hard. Ouch.
That
is what you got to say to that. And he's not showing any signs of pain. Well, he just checks his fingers are still there now. This was really hit. It was absolutely thumped. This was motoring. And I think all he's done there is just taken defensive action. It gives a little glare back to the batsman as well.
There is a positive though, Rico. No run.
Yeah, it's a dot ball. This one is up and is gone. Ball! Balle! Kinna Sona, and this is what they needed. थोड़े जे पटाके चाहिए थे, score बहुत low सीगा, बहुत थल्ले सीगा. Yeah, batsman ने चक देते फट्टे. Well, that's acceleration for you. And all of a sudden, well, that score's just motor along. 67 now for 7.
As the pie trucker walked towards the boundary, he was passed by his skipper, who's taken the ball to bowl the next over. And I'll tell you that the rest of this in a minute. So the games on Monday, we're going to see USC Magdeburg in their first game against Berlin Cricket Academy. We'll see those for the first 2 games, and then we'll see this team in red here, Berlin CC, playing against the very impressive Britannia CC in the afternoon on Monday, and matches 25 to 28, starting at 9 o'clock local time, and 12:30 Indian Standard Time, and it'll be Zafar who'll take the ball. As he walked past Zafar, the skipper, there's a shake of the head from Smith saying, "Don't want to bowl again."
Zafar, he's trying to tidy things up. This one was down the leg side. The batsman, Shetty, does get something on it. Probably just saying to Vancouver, right, you carry on. Now, Vancouver is going to be completely different, trying to play those sort of shots against the bowling of Zafar. Where's Zafar, the captain? But he certainly put some runs on the board for his team. But that was a very expensive over. It's went for 28 in the end. And it could have been worse because there was one that was hit back at him like a rocket. He couldn't get out the way of it, so ends up stopping it. It was a dot.
Comes Zafar again.
That's well bowled. And beats Vancouver nice and easily. And we've seen that. I mean, even though we've seen some runs scored today, I mean, go back to those first 2 matches between Britannia and Chemnitz. When the ball has been in that channel, nothing's come from it. And we saw that. And a good example of that was when Nick Krager was batting himself. It took him an age to get off the mark or get scoring because they kept bowling ball in the right area. So it just goes to show if you bowl in the right areas that you're gonna keep batsmen scratching. They're not going to get after you. But it's when you bowl the short balls, when you bowl the full tosses, the balls and legs up, that's when they get hold of you. Yeah,
I totally agree with you, Rico. But then sometimes if you get a good batsman and they're struggling a little bit, they know that you're going to bowl into that channel and they'll use their feet to it. But a lot of these batsmen are just not doing that.
Shetty plays that pretty confidently out to the man on the behind point, backward point, gets a single.
So they're back in this, I think, a little bit, the Cricket Academy. It's in the 8th over, 69. They've lost 7 wickets. Just released the pressure that over from Alex Smith. Comes the skipper again.
Well, they take the single and did one well. It's good backing up there from Shetty as well. They sense that the two of them have to build and try and still, if they can, get to that score of around 90. It was almost enough for them in the last match. What a thriller that was. And a few more big shots from either one of these two batsmen will be close to that sort of score again. Short and well left. Jetty this time, he's decided just to take evasive action and get out of the way. So that is the end of the over. So the score 71. 8 overs now gone, so 12 deliveries left. And I'm pretty sure that it's not going to be Smith who's coming back onto bowl. I know that Nick Krager, he still has one. They're not going to get too many runs from him, I don't think. I mean, he did go for a couple of boundaries in his first over, but that's when I think there was some good shots played there from Kuldeep Singh, but a different calibre of batsman in there now.
I think they've done the right thing, bringing back Vimal Maripeti. Took 3 wickets in his over, very few runs. And I know they'll be going after him, but that's what they tried to do in his first over, and it didn't succeed. And you're right, I think Krager will take the last over. As long as he doesn't bowl it too wide, that's when he's been hit a little bit, when he's been outside off stump. So as long as he didn't give the batsman any room, I think he'll be okay as well. But they're going at about 9 and over. I don't know if they'll get to the same total they did in the last game. Anyway, here's Maripeti And it's a very good start from him. Have a look, Rico. And we have a good view of it here when he runs in. He has the ball in his left hand, so he looks like a left-arm bowler, and then he swaps it just in front of his body and comes out and bowls right-handed. Have a look. Here it is.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, just swaps it there, and there he comes. This one sliced up and will be a straightforward catch. And, well, he got a bit of a thumping when he was doing the bowling, Nick Smith. But he did come back, Alex Smith, I would say. But he did come back and take the catch. So the man that hurt him, and hitting him for most of those 28 that came off his over, he's stood tall and taken the catch. So a good cameo innings here from Manukuri. He certainly got them a score. But the question is now with him gone and another new batsman coming out, have they got something? Have they got some firepower there to try and, well, play a few hefty blows and get them close to that 90 score?
The other thing is with Vimal Maripeti, he's got a good chance of getting a fifer. Still 5 balls left in his spell.
Yeah.
We haven't seen a fifer in this tournament yet. They don't come up very often. I was in Hungary last year when the destroyer Stefan Gooch took 6 for 2, but haven't seen that for a while. Here comes Maripeti again. And just turned around the corner for a single.
Yeah, that's nicely played from Shetty. And what he's done is takes a single. So Nagagasi, he now is the batsman on strike. And he's gone. It's a dirty shot, and we have got a fifer. Well, there you go, or someone would say, Michelle Pfeiffer, well done and well bowled to Maripeti. Board badaya bowler nu 5 wicket alenia. Nani ida spell hali khatam nahi hoya, and that's the other thing. He's got 5, but his spell's not finished, and there's no reason why he can't go on to add another one to this, because the 9th goes, and they're just crumbling here. 9 wickets down, and Maripeti, I'm sure he'll fancy his chances of picking up a 6th wicket.
Well, he watched the first game from the bench. He was 12th man, and Ivan de Bell has made way in this game, and he's sitting there, and he's standing around there looking smart in the ECN fluoro jacket of the 12th man, and his replacement, Vimal Maripeti's taken a fifer. So, and he's only got 1 wicket to go as well. He could wrap it up here. 72 on the board for the Cricket Academy. Let's see what Vimal can do to the new batsman. And he's hit it in the air, but it's just short of the player there. Just be a single. He's taken 5 for 3. Sorry, 5 for 3. So
5 for
he's
3.
He's not gonna beat Stefan Gooch's record of 6 for 4. They're pretty decent figures for me.
Floats it up. That's played out nicely. And he thinks about 2. Says no. I think Singh there is quite happy to go with the Singh to try and get back to the other end. But Shetty then knew the situation. He said, no, leave it to 1. It's the end of the over. I go back on strike. And they're just having a little chat with each other there and saying, okay, this is what we're going to try and do here. And I think what they've got to try and do, what they must do, and quite often it doesn't happen when the teams are in this position, is to bat out these 6 balls. And you don't do anything crazy until that 6th one. Obviously, I mean, Shetty would probably be thinking, should I try and stay on strike for every ball? Do I need to try and hit big every ball? But he hasn't really hit big anyway. He's just been dealing in boundaries. So I think he's just got to look to take the singles if he can. It won't be easy. Craig gets his line right. And that's just placed away. Goes straight to the fielder.
It's well held by the fielder there. They don't want any overthrows. Saw how desperate Nick Craig was. He was backing up the keeper, and I think it was good from the fielder. Just a single. It's not going to cost him too much. Yeah. And, Craig, he's going to continue trying to wrap up this innings. He's got 1 for 13 at the moment.
Bowling to Govinda Singh, the number 11, and they're taking him on. He's got to be quick. The dive comes in. He does get there, so he'll get the leg by. Yeah, so just go back to Maripeti. I mean, he's taken 5 wickets here, and we've Let's compare that with what we've seen in Group A. So the takers, the top wicket taker in Group A was Numan Stazansky. He took 11, 3 for 15. And Javid Rana, Roy Berger, he's taken 10, and his best was 3 for 7. And then there was Ishan Latif, good bowler he was for Victoria. He took 9 wickets, 3 for 4 was his best. So you can see already, Murray Petty is knocking on the door as being probably the leading wicket taker. And of course, it's Stanek Zai. We keep getting the Zai and the Zia wrong. So apologies to Stanek Zai, Numan Stanek Zai. This one's been played out once more in that same area. This is good from these two. You can't be asking too much more from really the captain. He wants them to try and bat out the overs, which they're trying to do, and try at the same time to just keep the score ticking. So it's all very been ticky-taka really from most of these batsmen, but it goes back to the same thing, just haven't been able to put a partnership together, and that's what's cost them. Vega looking for his second, and the big swing and a miss. No dot ball there. So 2 balls to go in the innings.
Rico, the name Stanek Zai, you have to get used to it, because for Chemnitz there's Saeed Stanek Zai, who was spectacular opening the batting, the German under-19s captain. We saw him for Chemnitz and took 28 off the first over from the Britannia bowlers. Here comes Krager again.
Sliced away. Got to run hard. They've got to take on the fielder, I think, here. And in comes the throw, and he gets there. A valuable 2. So creeping up to the 80s. Grady 80s, as Vinny would say. Anything can happen in the 80s. We've seen some extraordinary matches. Teams battling it out for that. But I just think a lot of that depends on the pitch as well and the ground. But on this pitch, the way it's playing here at the moment, I cannot see Berlin having too many problems. And, well, this will help. And is there enough on it to go all the way? No, but they'll certainly come back. In comes the throw. And
it's gone down the big man.
Well, what's happened there? It's like he's been sniped. Well, here comes the throw. Just watch. You won't see the after effects. We'll have to see it one more time full on.
He's gone down like Neymar in the box. He just overbalanced. But in the end, he's got a big smile on his face. They took 2 for that.
Yeah, have a look at this. It's like, this is, if you want to see a crash landing, here we go. And skids. There he goes, off the runway, down and out. But he survives. And what he does do, along with Govinder Singh, is they get to, well, the 80s, 81 for 9. It's probably at least 10 short, but probably, I would say, about 20 short from where they would have liked to have been in this match against this Berlin side.
Well, they almost defended 91. They're 10 runs short of that, and really it was only just a bit of good going in the final few overs that got them there, Berlin. But I think the story of this was early wickets here for Berlin Cricket Club, and very good bowling from both Krager, takes a wicket there, and also Imran Bukhari.
Yeah, I mean, there were some big hits, but as we sort of sometimes get to expect, after they play some nice hits, they then get a bit carried away and get themselves out. Well, this was a good bit of bowling, and I think this was the delivery after the batsman had smacked it onto his foot. He was down and out for a while, and then he was out full stop. This one, it's just nicely played, but once again, after playing one big shot, going for one too many, and there was going to be no mistake as Krager came in to take that one. And they were all smiles. It almost stayed that way, but then there was one over where things did go terribly wrong. As you saw this one, a straightforward easy catch from Karan Singh. And then, as they kept the wickets flowing, this one was just sensational. And there was another one from the man celebrating with him. That would have been fantastic as well, Karan Singh. But that was a great catch, and he managed to keep himself in the field of play as well. That wasn't so sensible, coming down the track and getting himself stumped, and just kept throwing it away when they were in the group. But this over, it's 28 coming off this one from Smith, and that was when that man there, Van Kuri, sort of went to town. And you just thought then, well, if he could get another over in like that, well, this was the magical bit of work. I mean, that he takes the catch, doesn't he? And Karan Singh. And this one, well, if this one was taken, it would have been amazing as well. But he didn't know too much about it. But you knew he was going to go. He had for the big ones, but pretty soon he was going to get enough on this one. And straight forward to catch. So Smith does get his man in the end, even if it wasn't the bowling. But he contributes to sending him back to the dugout.
To be honest, like 80, 81, it's a little flattering maybe for the Cricket Academy. It was 28 off that over from the pie chucker Alex Smith, and otherwise they would have struggled to get. Well, they wouldn't have got over 60. You can see there contributions. Kuldeep Singh 11 off 10, and Ravi Vankuri with that sparkling 28 off 12 balls. It's pumped their score up to 81 for 9. All the others in single figures. So
Yeah, I think also good there from the fielding side. Berlin, only 6 extras, 5 of those in wides, and then 1 leg by. So they're quickly learning the importance of not giving too many extras away, and that's one thing where the Berlin International Cricket Academy, they've got to be at their best. They've got to, with a score like that, as low as that. I mean, you said it, they would have liked 10 more runs, so they would have been around 91 more or less where they were before, and that was a close encounter. Now, the way that they can rectify that, where they can't get those 10 extra runs, but they can stop giving them away.
Well, that's what they did in the last game. I think there were 25 wides and no balls in that innings, and you just can't afford that. That's apart from the runs, it's balls you bowl again, and there are free hits with the no balls as well. And they kept on the wickets going down for Berlin in the last game. We did the Cricket Academy. But just looking at the figures here again, and the standout there, Vimal Meripeti, 5 for 4, the first 5 we've seen so far in the tournament. Imran Bukhari bowled beautifully, 2 for 8 off his 2, and Nick Krager keeping it pretty tight, 1 for 18 off his 2.
Yeah, look, it's always special, especially for me as a bowler, when you see somebody perform well. I'm really excited when bowlers get hat tricks in this T10 format, and also when somebody does somebody like that and takes a 5 for, because you've only got 12 deliveries. And I think in 12 deliveries, if you pick up 5 wickets, I think is amazing. So that's sensational from Vimal Meripeti. So well bowled by him. But again, in general, apart from that 1 over, you've got to say a very good team performance. Yeah,
it was. You're right, it's that 1 over that went big. But apart from that, a little bit disappointing, I'd say, from the Cricket Academy, and they weren't liked what they've achieved here. I think in this second game, even though the score did get up to a pretty reasonable total in the end of 81, 82 to win, and Berlin Cricket Club again. I think they got away with it a little bit in the last game with some sloppy extras from the International Cricket Academy, Berlin International Cricket Academy. So I think we'll see quite a good run chase, and I think it's still very, very even between these two, and we'll see that on the FanCode ECS from Dresden European Cricket Series. The second innings of this match will start again very, very shortly, and Rico and I will be back bringing you the coverage. I'll see you very soon. And we're back. Very short innings break here in the last game of the day. And the umpires are out in the middle. The academy team coming out there in the blue. And just waiting on the batsman. Will be coming out there shortly. So 82 to win for Berlin CC. We saw them in a very, very tight victory in the last game. Got gifted a few extra runs by the academy, but this is going to be a good even contest. And Rico, who are you tipping?
Well, I think Berlin are on a high. I think that we saw the difference between two teams after that first match. I think whoever ended up losing a close match like that, that was certainly going to affect them going into the next game. And I think you probably did see that with the Berlin International Cricket Academy when they went out to bat, especially when they lost those wickets early. Whereas with Berlin CC, I think we saw them much stronger and much better together. They were on a high. There were more smiles, and I think that's going to rub off here now as well. The only way I see it not being Berlin CC is if there's a couple of quick wickets that come through here, and one of the wickets that they will want to get is the man that did go on to hurt them in that first match, and that obviously was the left-hander Nick Krager. He's not out there at the moment, but they were good. They did take quick wickets, but the only one they couldn't get was that one of Krager. So they've got to be up for it. They've got to believe, but I just think that losing that first match the way they did, that's left them on a bit of a downer, and they haven't been able to pick themselves up.
Yeah, it's interesting that Krager's not opening. Comes the opening bowler, and as always last time, it's Sandown, who was very, very good. But Krager not out there yet, and it will be Rahul Grover, and also the wicket-keeper Anthanaram.
Tintanupu, the bowler, now bowling to Anatharam. They need a quick breakthrough. They need to get some wickets here quick, but also they need to be tidy. They can't afford to give extras away. So that's well bowled. That's good areas. That's where we like to encourage the bowlers to bowl. That's where we think it makes it difficult for batsmen to score runs. I mean, eventually when they get their eye in, they will find a way, a solution. But I think to start off with, keeps it tidy. And I think if you're able to start with that line and get the ball in those areas all the time, it gets you into a rhythm as well.
It does, and he's a very good bowler, Sandown. Chandu, I think the pick of the bowlers. Always good. It's in the air. Could be out.
Got to take it. Yes, he does, and that's big. They need the wickets early, and they take it. And the batsman, he's taken a long time to get moving. For some reason, he's having a long look at the square leg umpire. He's probably saying, "Is that allowed?" The square leg saying, "Oh yeah, that's allowed." And he's got to go. And it's a slow walk back because Anthanaram has to go for a duck. He takes the second ball duck. So without scoring off two deliveries. So the wicket has been taken by Chintanepu. And this is all they can do. Just plug away, take those wickets, and stay upbeat. You see, even then, I mean, they've taken a wicket, and by now they should be jolly. They should be upbeat, and they're just not. They're just not. They're not in that zone at the moment. Maybe another wicket will get them there.
Well, they've got a very good chance of winning this game. I mean, they've got the runs on the board, 81. It's not a huge total, but we've seen them defended, and they're not on evidence from the first game. They're not the greatest batting side, at least at the moment. It is the first day of the tournament, second game. They'd like a few of these batsmen to get settled, to get used to the conditions, get used to the pitch. Here comes the bowler again.
This is played away in the open, vacant area, and the fielder's got a long way to go. And the ball, look at that. That's almost like we're watching golf. It's just stopped short of the hole there. And by the flag, as they say, well, this is picked up nicely. I think here the fielder is thinking, don't you go over that line after running all this way to try and get to you. And it just stopped in there. Well, almost a hole in one.
Yeah, they only ran two. I think Rohit Grover, he's not the slightest of men. He's quite happy they only ran two. Three might have got him calling for the oxygen. Here comes Sandown coming in. He's just walked a little bit. He's going to be bowling to Lal.
Oh, he's got him. Another one. And I think he's played this on massively. And finally, it's starting to hear some joy. It's the second wicket in the over. And Chintanapu, well. Look, he's gone for the shot. Tried to take the aggressive approach. He gets a big, thick inside edge. And it rattles back onto his stumps. He's got to go.
Yeah, it's another wicket down. And he's a very, very good bowler. But what it does do is it's going to bring in the left-hander, I think, Nick Krager, who probably expected to come in a little bit later in the innings. He batted through the last one. He bowled 2 overs, took a nice catch, was having a bit of a breather, and now he's on his way out to the centre in the very first over.
He didn't get too much of a chance to get a breather, did he? So he's making his way back in, and the bowler.
He's a good athlete, though. Hold on, he decided to go back. Not sure why. There's some issue.
Well, I think he may have forgotten a very important part, perhaps, of equipment. We've seen a few batsmen take a ball in this area. And, it may be the box that he wants, and he's a young man. It's pretty important that he does have one of them.
Well picked, Rico.
There you go. So he's better now. It must be a horrible feeling. Can you imagine? He's walked all the way up. He's feeling, and then batsmen have this little check done there. They sort of, glove to glove and tap the pads. And he went to tap somewhere else. Thought, oh, there's something missing, and off he went. He said, "Hang on a minute, no." He said, "I'm not risking that." Well, he's back, and hopefully he's back to stay. And Berlin CC will be hoping he's back to stay and win them this match as well.
It'll be a tough test for him though, and Sandown will be bowling to him first up. He's been very strong in certain areas of the ground on the leg side, but outside off stump he's been a bit susceptible, and he's left that one outside leg.
Yeah, it's a wide ball, and just decides to leave this go by Krager. Yeah, I mean from the bit of his innings that I saw when I was having my lunch, there was a lot of deliveries that he played and missed at outside the off stump, but there was also a lot that were bowled on his legs, which were the wides. He just couldn't bowl at the left-hander, and this is better. It's stroked out between those two fielders, but they'll just take the single. He's quite happy just to get off the mark and see out the first over. And what a good one it was from Chintanipu. Takes 2 very good wickets and only concedes the 4 runs, 5 with that single at the end. So it's 5 for 2, but even though, fantastic start. And been a story between these two teams. There's always been wickets. There's always been a batsman that has made contact and scored some runs, but the only one who's managed to go all the way is that man out there at the moment, Nick Krager, and Berlin CC will be hoping he can do the same for them again.
I was very impressed with this man, Chandu Nagasai, in the first game, and that one he's dropped a bit short, and Krager's right onto it, and that's 4 runs, first boundary of the innings.
Yeah, I mean, look, you're going to bowl short. The man who's been in there and he's got his eye and he's going to put it away. I think Nagasai there is probably just trying to get a fuller delivery in. I think they're probably saying to him, look, keep it on his off, keep it on his off. Well, that's all very well, but you've got to pitch it up slightly as well. So loose one to start with.
Yeah, it was outside off stump and he dragged it across, and of course the field in for the power play. This one's just played off his legs. A bit of confusion.
Big mix up here, and after all that, they get nothing.
Yeah, it went straight to the player there at square leg, and Grover was halfway down the track. It was a bit of a misfield, probably a single in it, but sent back by Krager. And, lucky to get away with it. I think the Berlin batsman comes the bowler again.
Short once more, will just drop short of the fielder. Shouts of catch it. Doesn't quite carry, and the bowler's done well here with the throw that's come back. So he will give chances when he Krager. There will be chances there, but they've got to be taken, and that one just dropped short. So a chance now for Nagasi to have a go at the other batsman, Grover.
Well, he mistimed that slightly, but there is a man out there. I don't know if he was trying to take him on or he just hit it out there randomly, but if he got more of it, I think he would have been out. So, Gregor, it's a difficult man to get out. They weren't able to do that in the first game. This one shouts of catch it, but it's wide outside leg.
Yeah, they can't be. This is the part of the game they've got to tidy up, and I think whatever happens in this match, and the time that they've got to regroup. Obviously, no cricket here tomorrow, so we have a day off and time for the teams to recuperate and come back strong on Monday, and us as well. So they've got to. That's what they've got to work on, because this one again, look, fire down the leg side. And the amazing thing here is the bowler. I mean, what would you be appealing for here? You're still looking at the umpire and getting an appeal in. I mean, this is a shocking delivery. He's missed everything, and he's turning around to the umpire like saying, "How's that, umps?"
You know, sometimes you get players. I think he was the one who appealed for the run out when he hit the stumps when it went over him with Krager when he's backing up.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes just bowlers or players in general get very excitable. Some will appeal from everywhere for an LBW, and you'll hear people from a deep mid-wicket boundary appeal, be the only people to appeal for an LBW, and I think it's part of it is to do with enthusiasm. Part of it is to do with, well, it hits the pad, I have to appeal, and you see that quite often. There's the bowler again.
Asking a question, I think it's just taking a bit of the pad on the way. Excited, getting very excitable once more. You see, just hitting the side of the pad. Good work from the keeper, though, I have to say, from Patel. Nice take.
There was a big noise there, didn't it? It sounded a little bit more woody than paddy, but obviously the umpire has got a much better view than what we have. Still down leg side a bit. The bowler once just played watchfully onto the bat. It's a better ball. And in the end of the over, it's a little bit of a loose one. A few wides given away. But Rico, what's coming up?
Well, what's coming up is, well, we're going to have a break tomorrow and Sunday, and surely we'll go down and look at some of the wonderful sites here in Dresden. But we're back and continue for one more week in Dresden. And then we go to the Netherlands. So biz us away to Capella for 1 week at that beautiful Sparta ground. Play cricket there. It's a magnificent setting. Then Cartaccio in Portugal. We've got a week there as we then wind ourselves up and get ready for the big one. Starting on the 13th of September, it's going to be Cardamania. And I know that we've already seen some nice pictures of Cardamania. And, well, that's all happening in Cardamom, Malaga, when it's the European Cricket Championships. 15 international European teams getting together to battle it out. And we're going to see some players that we know. And this one's gone through, and it's more costly runs. Is it going to be signals wide? No, it's just going to be buys, but 4 of them. And it's, well, you know, I don't think that's gone over the stumps. So the umpire's probably been a bit kind here to the bowler. It could quite easily have been 5 runs. Could have been 5 wides and another ball, but it's been given as buys.
Comes in again, the bowler. One's outside off stump. Not called a wide either. Flirting with it. It's Gowinder Singh. We haven't seen him today either. He was the 12th man in the previous game. He's replacing Mitu Patel. Comes in again, bowling around the wicket.
And once more, shouts to catch it. And, well, they've got to back it up now. Well, that's hit the edge of the pitch. And they've done well to keep their eye on it. So, not for the first time. That one's been played out by Krager there towards mid-wicket. And once more, just dropping short off the fielder up there. So the field has to change around here now to the right-hander. This left and right combination does keep the fielders and the bowlers on their toes. And this is just pushed away. Good backing up from Krager. Take the single.
Yeah, it's not a bad start here from Gowinder. We saw the 12th man in the first game, Vimal Maripeti, come in and take 5 wickets for his team. Gowinder would love to do the same for his. And this is in the air. Player coming around. I think he'll get there. And that's 6. And he's finally timed one. Nick Krager whipped it to backward square leg. And that's the first 6 of the innings.
Yeah, you got the fielder there running along the line. Well, he's put out a hand there. I think that Chintanipu, and sees it sail over him. So 6 runs. So finally gets one out the middle of the bat. Glorious sunshine here now at the moment. In this, the final match of the day. It's well bowled. It's a good comeback.
Yeah, it's the same impact. The former 12th man, Gowinder Singh, was what the former 12th man of Vimal of Berlin CC, Vimal Maripeti, had with his first over. It'll be a new bowler. It'll be Ketan Shetty. He's been very good both with the bat and the ball for Berlin CC.
You just saw that, the power play coming up on the screen there. So it's been effective. It's going in the right way. They're getting runs at the right time. But at the moment, I think it's very similar to where their opponents were. I think the only difference is that they haven't lost as many wickets. They've only lost 2 compared to, I think it was 3 at the time that the Berlin International were at this stage.
Yeah, the run rate's pretty much bang on. They need about 8 and over, just a fraction over that. But they're going in 8 and over at this stage. I think it's pretty good as long as they're not losing wickets. And they lost a couple of early ones, but a bit of a partnership here between Grover and Krager.
Thumped fairly firmly. Fielder, no mistake. It's nice work. Safe hands there off Kuldeep Singh. And, well, as we know, we're getting ready for ECC. And this is one of our official partners, Bizaway. Bizaway Travel. Thank you to Bizaway. And they were the team that would be responsible for getting the Blue Army from one destination to another. And, well, this is a simple, soft dismissal. And how important this could be. That is the one they really needed. The catch has been taken by Patil. And Krager this time is not going to be the man that sees their team to victory.
That's a bit of a nothing shot. Good bowling from Ketan just outside off stump. And I mentioned before that he doesn't like playing it outside on the offside. Does Krager, not his strength. And that one, it's just simple catching practice. As a man short, no one else around him, and he didn't have to move a muscle. Just went straight to him.
Well, that certainly now makes it very interesting. And somebody else has got to score the runs for them. And there's still a fair bit to do here. I mean, that rate is just under 9. They're needing 57 or 40 balls. And you just think here a tidy couple of overs here from the Berlin International guys. And this match can really swing in their favour.
Look, I've got to say that Krager got them through in the first game, and he's back in the sheds now. And I think they're beginning to believe now the Cricket Academy. Oh, it's a good ball.
Ooh, wow, that's a very good ball. We've seen those a number of times, just been chopped onto the stumps, haven't we?
Yeah, we have, and just a little bit quicker from the bowler. Bit of a nothing shot again from the batsman.
Shetty just flights this a little bit more, but he's got protection out there. He won't mind that.
Tell you what, the new bowler, the new batsman, Zafar, we didn't see him bat very much in the last innings because he got run out by the man who was just dismissed, Nick Krager. So I think he might have to prove a point. He is the skipper, and I think they'll need a skipper's knock to get over the line here.
Firmly hit, and that's going in the direction once more of Kuldeep Singh. Gets it in, nice and easy back to the bowler. I'm liking this bowling from Shetty. He's just bowling a good line, good length, good areas, not making it easy for the batsman, keeping it tidy as well. This one, as I say, just that. He bowls a terrible delivery, and the fielder there, well, we're not sure what he's doing. He does manage to stop it from going to the boundary. Didn't do too well the first time. The wicket keeper is, well, not happy at all. It wasn't a good ball. And I'm not sure. Looking at this, he does does get something on that. Was it giving us wides?
It was giving us wides. Might have another one look at that if we get the chance. I didn't see it, but Rico, the batsman might have got something on it. This one before.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Oh, I don't know, maybe, maybe not. But he's the one who'd be a bit upset, if anything. Yeah, here we go, Rico.
Yeah, Biostrath. So come on, when are you going to try your Biostrath?
I don't know. I haven't seen any Biostrath yet. You haven't given me any.
Well, look, you can find it on. You can go into biostrath.com/cricket, and you can also look it up on where they ship it all over the world. Of course, I'll be very surprised if you can't get it out here. But okay, well there you go. I tell you what, you're on. As this one's been hit away for 4 runs. This wasn't the best of deliveries. Got to tidy it up. Can't be bowling in those areas. It's Singh that comes on, Gurpreet Singh, and he starts off with a baton. So yeah, you're on. I'll let you have try some of my supply of Biostrath. And Vinny, I know when he comes back on one of those Biswa aeroplanes, we'll tell him to bring an extra load over for you as well. Short, and this time comes back with the dot ball.
Yeah, it's a good comeback. The first one was a bit of rubbish, and was put away, but. Singh here, Gurinder Singh, need to keep it nice and tight. Grover's still there, opening batsman. Just played on the leg side, just tucked around the corner for a single. But we saw one of the openers, Nick Krager, in the previous game, bat through the innings. Right, Grover, he's still there. Just over 4 overs left. We're into the 5th, and the longer he stays there anchoring this innings, I think the better it will be for the Berlin Cricket Club.
It's well bowled. That's better. That's where you have to be. And I think it's a game changer. You get the ball, you get 6 out of 6 out there. You see the difference it makes. Makes it very difficult for batsmen to play. And then they start taking the odd risk or two. And this one's up in the air. This is a chance. Is this a risk that he's... it is, and it's been taken. Kuldeep Singh wasn't going to make any mistake. And that's that frustration of getting the ball in the right areas. The batsman then here decides to take him on. And he wasn't able to go above him. So the captain loses his wicket as well. It was important maybe for him to prove what he could go on to do after, Danny, you quite rightly said, he got run out in the first match. Took on the bowler. But that man there, Kuldeep Singh, he's patrolled that boundary beautifully. He's just waited his moment, taken the catch. So another wicket goes down. 35 now for 4.
Yeah, look, just a little bit of late outswing there for the bowler. Got at the toe of the bat, the batsman. If it hadn't have swung, I think he would have got a good piece of it. Would have gone over the boundary. But that was a very nice, easy catch in the end for Kuldeep Singh. And before we get down for 35, they're almost halfway through this innings, and they're not on target again, Burley, and they'll need a big over soon. There's a bowler, and just outside off stump, called a wide, way outside the past that indicator there.
Oh, another wide, and that's taken it. You see now in wides, 7 wides. That's 10 extras. There's that one that went for 4 byes as well. Just can't afford that low scoring match. Well, this one, well, where did he get this bounce from? It's actually very well played, actually, in the end from Grover. That really crept up on him. He just managed to get himself into position and just place that down. Look, I saw this. I know this is the last game, so it's food talk. What do you think of this? So if you're not too hungry, so next time that you say that, look, you don't want too much to eat, well, how about this for a sandwich? Okay, so it's called fetibum. I think that's how you describe it.
Doesn't sound good.
It's a slice of dark rye bread, which is typically spread with pork or beef lard, topped with sliced gherkin, sprinkled with salt. Some people add a bit of apple or onion chunks to it. But either way, fetibum, it's called, is a great local dish here in Dresden. I'm not sure about that one, but I'll give it a try.
Mate, I live in Prague. Putting lard on bread is what we do all the time. I don't personally, but I've had it before. It's a wide, not a good ball. But yeah, it's a pretty normal thing. with a bit of salt and some raw onion. That's a typical Czech breakfast food in certain parts.
Well, look, I tell you who's getting excited, Vinny. He reckons he's getting one of these. Official car rental partner, Car Gist. And he's working away, trying to spice his up. He's trying to spice up a bus as well. He's getting a bit carried away, Vinny. I think he thinks that they're going to spend as much money on him, on his transport, as he spends on his suits. I don't know if that's going to be the case. But yeah, that's the car that Vinny's after. I keep telling him he's going to get an electric scooter, which is probably going to have a little thing on it that every time he goes over the bump, it's going to say, Maximo!
I don't really know where that came from, Rico, but okay.
But, I mean, if you're missing Vinny, and of course everybody misses Vinny, he will be back at some point next week. He's away doing secret stuff, working away, and getting things in place for the ECC that's coming up as well, and also that Cartaxio one in Portugal, which is one that we managed to squeeze in for you as well, because I know you love them all over the place. And talking about all over the place, this bowling keeps going all over the place. They're doing themselves no favours. They get themselves in the mat, and then they start bowling these wides. And, well, that man behind the stumps there, Arun Kumar, he must be getting totally frustrated. He's just trying to say to the bowlers, look, come on, get the ball in the right place. And,
just got to laugh. His radar is completely gone. And the one before, it was pitched in line with the stumps and was going away, and it hardly bounced. And that one just flung it down leg side. Just bowling rubbish is Vaibhav Patil at the moment. It's coming around the wicket now to the left-handed Naga. And not much better. Did get an edge. He might get a wicket. Oh, he's overrun it. And they'll come back for a second. It's a pretty good effort, I think, from the fielder trying to get there.
Yeah.
But he overran it.
Yeah, look at the way the wicket-keeper has thrown this.
He's disgusted. So here's the fielder overrunning it, and then
he's absolutely disgusted, the wicket-keeper. Look, just watch this. He said, I'm getting tired of this, guys, he says. This one has just been... Now he's saying, well, look, if you're not going to do it, I'll do it all by myself. Shall I go and get the ball? Well, in the end... Well, look, who wants to be a wicket-keeper? That's got to be probably the most frustrating thing. I mean, you're behind there and you're just... The ball's going one way wide, the other way wide. I think after a while, you just get totally frustrated. I know we've seen a few wicket-keepers that have threatened to walk off, just thrown everything on the floor and said, look, guys, if that's what you're going to do, you don't need me here at all, do you?
They do a lot of work, the keepers behind the
they're huge.
The stumps.
Their role is huge. Yeah, I mean, going back, I mean, they're just taking a single here, but I mean, I found certainly when I was bowling, if I knew I had a good wicket-keeper behind the stumps, I mean, it improved not just my performance, but the whole team's performance immensely. Because I think a good wicket-keeper keeps everybody on his toes. He's basically, if he's not the captain already, he's the captain's second pair of eyes, isn't he? He sees where all the fielders are. He sees things that other people don't. And he's good encouraging the bowlers. This one's hit up in the air, will just drop short. And I remember a couple of wicket-keepers that I've been with, I mean, they've been pretty good as well, standing up. I mean, I was pretty quick at times, and they would say to me, look, Rico, he's always batting outside. I'm going to stand up, and they were good, and they gave you the confidence of doing that, and also they gave you the confidence to bowl the ball at the right line because they're always giving you little directions and little signs. It's a really important role.
Yeah, it is. They're underrated, most keepers. Was well outside off stump, I think.
Yeah,
he moved across. And there's of course optimistic, appealing. Let's have another look at it. Yeah, it was it pitched outside off, hitting him outside off, probably going over the stumps, but an appeal anyway there from the bowler, and it was a pretty good over there for the academy side. So we'll see. New bowler. Actually, it'll be getting Shetty to continue. It's pretty good in his first over.
Yeah, I think Shetty so far for me has been probably one of the pick of the bowlers. I mean, okay, Chintanepi. He's still got one left, hasn't he? He would come back.
Yeah, he's Sandown. I think he's been the best of the bowlers for the academy. This man hasn't been far behind. Well, left arm around.
He's taking him on, and the fielder gets set and takes a. Does he take it, or is he on? No, his foot is on the line, and that's, I've got to say, that's very good sportsmanship from the fielder. He signalled it straight away. Is Vannan that's out there, and they just started to celebrate, and then he says, no, my foot's on the line. Look, yeah, it's over the line there clearly, and you see he then says, yeah, that's 6 runs.
It's a horrible feeling when you look back and you see your foot over the line. It's a pretty horrible ball, but I think he got away with it. Just a single. It's a waist-high full toss from the bowler. That should have been launched onto the football pitch, and it didn't quite get hold of it then, the batsman Grover.
Yeah, very important, though, this innings from Grover that's developing as he moves on to, I think he's got on to 19 here. He's kept his innings together. So
bring the left-hander back on strike.
Yeah. And floated up towards him. It will go back towards that fielder. Gets the throw in and really attacking. And well, we were talking about the bus for Vinny. Well, this is what he's after, but he's I'm sure he's doing his own work in the interior design of this. He wants to have a grand piano in there, maybe a drum set as well. And at one point, he was pretty keen over the convertible. This is played out. Wants a pool at the top. He thought that'd be good. Vinny Sandhu getting pretty creative with his imagination. So Shetty here. A couple of balls left of his spell. He would love to try and get a wicket here. And Mahan Nandi, the batsman, the left-hander, has a big swing and gets nothing on there, so ends up being a dot ball.
Bit of talk out there. It is pretty quiet for the academy side, I have to say. They're well in this game.
Yeah, they are very quiet. I think they lost their voice, didn't they? They started to raise the decibels when that catch was taken there on the boundary, and then as soon as it was signalled that it was 6, they just went quiet straight away. So look, this is what we got coming. We've got a rest day tomorrow. Group B continues, and well, we're seeing Berlin. Another Berlin side, Berlin ICA, they come back. We're seeing Britannia again, Berlin CC, they come back to play. The Britannia team we saw this morning were very hot, but they did also lose a match as well. And then you've got Magdeburg as well. So seeing new teams, and it's going to be interesting on Monday to see how they feature in this group and what they bring, what action they bring to this series. And remember, they're all fighting for the same thing, it's just to stay in this series, to reach the quarterfinals. You've got to finish in the top 4. The team that finishes 5th in the group is the one that gets eliminated. We've had to say goodbye to, well, a bunch of lovely lads from the Berlin Lions. This one, he's gone right across. They've asked him the question, but the umpire is not interested. We'll see this again. I get my suspicion that this is probably going down the leg. Let's see it. Yeah, missing leg stump.
It's a good call from the umpire, just a leg by, and that'll bring the left-hander back on strike. Naga, he's on 5 off 6, and Rohit Grover, he's pumped it up a little bit. He's still 20 off 18, even though he did hit a 6 in the last over. Comes a bowler from around the wicket, and big swing and a miss by Naga. And that's about the right line you would want to be bowling to him. And I've been impressed with the bowling of Chandu Nagasai. Last first over, he bowled a few wides. Want to keep that outside off stump though for this man Naga. Comes in again.
Oh wow, that one would have been sensational. And well, they've just got to keep an eye on where this ball is going. It was hit back pretty firmly, and you see here, just get something on this. Yeah, fingertips, but it was too high. I think he's done well there. That was probably hit well enough, perhaps, to split the two fielders that are long on and long off. So he's certainly saved some runs. This one will be a couple of bounces and two long on. Gets the throw in. So the ball is going the aerial route, but at the moment not going to hand. And when it is, it's too spicy to handle.
Well, they won't get there in singles. Will the Berlin CC side? It's not through lack of trying. They're throwing the bat at it, but they're not timing it enough to get it to the boundary. But they're mistiming it enough to fall in front of fielders. But I don't think they'll mind that, the Academy. This one just outside off stump, and again, very good bowling. Had to go at it. If he gets a bit of bat on it there, Naga, it could be 4 runs. In fact, there's a man going back there to the third man area, because if he's bowling that line, the bowler will want a bit of protection. Still a bit of a gap there. The third man is more a fly slip, and there's a backward point. Still a big gap there. And he's found that gap. It's a bit unorthodox, so should come back for 2. They're not the most athletic, these two.
He gets the foot on it though, and it was important that he did. And he gets a good round of applause from the bowler, because it was important that he did that. If he messed that up, it was going to be 4 runs.
Yeah, it would have been 4. And that was the gap that was found quite easily there by Naga by slashing the bat at it. And it's got a couple of spectators joining us. I don't think they should be there, especially with a kid. But I'm sure that doesn't matter. Let's go back to the cricket, Rico. It's not our concern.
Yeah, just gained in the PMO area, and they're saying, yeah, we're just making our way through. Yeah, no problem. Just having a nice stroll through the park, and at the same time watching some of the cricket.
It's not going to get any easier for what's gone outside.
The umpire sort of, his hand sort of moved in there, and he just thought, nah, that's all right. It's sort of.
That was a wide, but no, good call. It was just inside that line. And a bit of a stifled appeal from the bowler. But I think it's a good move here from the skipper. There are only a couple of overs left. He's got his big gun on now. And he's been absolutely smashed.
What a shot this is. I mean, I was just saying, you're bringing on a bowler that's bowled really well, but this one, he's just picked it up beautifully. And we know that Tintanipu, he's been one of their best bowlers. He bowled really well. The first one took 2 wickets just for 5 runs. And then this one, well, where has this come from? Grover, he's been there right from the start. And now he's looking to take on the pace. The bowler goes for another big one. He's asking for 2. The fielder's got to get the throw in straight away. It comes, and it goes to... Well, he could have chosen, I think, which end to throw this. I would have gone for the wicket-keeper's end. I think you need to get Grover out. Okay, they have got the wicket. I mean, the wicket is a wicket, and that's 1 run less as well because they got it. But you've got to go for me here to the end. Grover's running 2. He's not the fastest. He's got a good arm. He's gone to bowler's end. Look where Grover is here. Yeah, look. He's the man I would be targeting. He's the one that's looking to take this game away from you.
Yeah, look, one thing, though, they've taken the left-hander away, which is, I think, a pretty good thing for the Academy side. They're pleased to get a wicket, break this partnership, because they were quite difficult to remove, but it's Rohit Grover, he's still not scoring freely. He's 27 off 21, but it does bring a new batsman out. And it'll be Manish Tiwari, but it's Rohit Grover. I think it's up to him now to see if he can get some more runs. This one hits straight.
Just big, and the fielder can't do anything about it. Ball, and he's taking charge, and he's hitting big, and he's flying in the air. Is Kuldeep Singh, but can't do anything about it. 6 more.
Well, the Dragons are woken. Where did this come from? He's been poking the ball around, mistiming it. He's got 2 outside off stump from the best bowler in the Academy team, and he smashed him for 2 sixes.
Going for another one, and he's probably going to get another boundary. It is. It goes through the two fielders out there, and they look to do it in style. You're absolutely right. He's laid dormant, but he stayed there, and he's shown you once more the virtues of batting through the innings. We saw that already from Nick Krieger in the first match between these two, and this time it's Grover doing the same. He's been there from the start, and all of a sudden, just when he needs to, he's up the tempo, and now just 4 required of 7 balls.
Well, they're favoured to win now, Berlin, but this came from absolutely nowhere. Comes again, just pokes it down. I'll just take a single, and it'll bring Tiwari on strike. In fact, it won't. It'll be Grover.
Yeah,
He'll keep the strike. He was going it under a run a ball, and now he's 39 from 25.
Yeah, it's but again, for me, smart cricket. That run out, where'd you throw it? You got to go for East End. I still agree with you. I mean, either one of those batsmen to get out, I think the left-hander makes it easier for the bowlers. You just got to concentrate on bowling it in one area. It doesn't change from left to right. But I think Grover, he was the one that was looking dangerous. We saw that before that run-out opportunity. He just played that hit that big 6, so he's looking to get going. And you just wonder if it'd been thrown to the other end, if Grover was the one who was dismissed, well, would we be in this situation, or would it be more like 12 needed off the last 6 balls? Well, it's 6 needed, and look who they've gone to.
Oh, it's the death bowler, Kuldeep Singh. And the skipper, it's his first over as well.
Yeah, it's just quite surprising actually for me. But well, maybe the captain said, look, you were the guilty man. You were probably the villain in that last one when they needed 50. Now they need 3. Be the hero. He tries to oblige. The first one hit into the deck. Well, he picks it up really well. And I suppose in the end it was very good backing up. What they have managed to do, I suppose, is get a new batsman on strike, Tiwari. So 2 runs needed in 5 balls. Tiwari on strike. Yeah, but for me, what do you do here? Surely you've got to have everybody in right, get them right round him.
Well, that's what they've done. And they've got a couple of men straight back on the boundary just to cut off the 2s. But that would bring Grover back on strike. But they need to cut off the singles. Here comes Kuldeep Singh. And well,
there you go. That's the game, and it ends up being. It's given 4 runs, so it has taken something on the way through. Yeah, a bit of glove on this, and the wicket keeper, he's trying to catch it crocodile style, not able to. So Arun Kumar sees it go through him, and it's a victory for Berlin CC. And what that means is that Berlin CC have done the double over their local rivals, Berlin International Cricket Academy. And they've taken 4 points from today and takes them to the top of the table.
Well, at the in seeing Berlin CC, no disrespect, but they were in all sorts of trouble in both the games they were playing, and for them to be at the top of the table, it's a minor miracle. But they have played well, and we've had 2 batsmen in both games. We saw Nick Krieger in the first game, and on here we saw Rohit Grover, who batted through the innings and got them over the line. And well done to Berlin CC. And then the Cricket Academy, I think their lack of discipline has cost them quite a bit.
Yeah.
But it was a bit of a miracle that they got up to 81. But especially after this was the second ball of the innings where the opening batsman departed. And then there was another one in the same over. It was so good, was Sandan.
He bowled really well, didn't he? And I was surprised though when he came back at his second spell in that 9th over. He went for a few, and that was when Grover all of a sudden just pressed the button and accelerated. And that was a danger man. I think what Berlin International Academy were thinking about, getting the left-hander out that hurt him so much when he played a lovely shot there for 6. But then he was out really softly, just giving catching practice to that man there, and thought, yeah, I'll take that, says Patil. But Patil, when he came on to bowl as well, he was guilty, as a lot of the bowlers were. They're just not bowling a good line. And when you think that both these matches, as this one was a cracking shot, and unfortunately for the fielder who took the catch, just steps over the line. But that was what started him off. And then you thought there was that opportunity for a run out that was going to come out later. How important part that was going to play in it. This was it here, was it? Yeah, here comes the throw. I think he's gone the wrong end here. Go to the wicket keeper, go safe, and you're in with a chance getting the big man out. and I think the reaction for the wicketkeeper probably told that story as well. And this one, well, that's over him. Kuldeep Singh could do nothing about that, and when he came on to bowl later, he was not able to do anything. Just 2 deliveries is what it took. This one catches a bit of glove, goes through Arun Kumar, and Berlin CC have made it 2 out of 2. Great start for them.
Yeah, very good start for them. But they're pretty evenly matched, these two teams. I think it was more discipline from the Berlin Cricket Club that got them over the line. And we'll have to think about it over the weekend. Berlin International Cricket Academy. They'll be playing Magdeburg in the first 2 games next week. But let's have a look at this scorecard. Rohit Grover, 40 runs off 26 balls. Didn't look likely to do that. Wasn't timing it at all. And then unleashed at probably the best bowler, Sundan, that the Cricket Academy have. Manish Tiwari just 4 off 1. That short ball that caught the glove and went for 4 and hit the winning runs. And a bit of a contribution from Nick Krager, 13 off 10. No one else really troubled the scorers too much. 10 wides though, not good enough.
Yeah, and that's what's cost them. When you look at these bowling here, I mean, there was, I was saying I was very surprised. I mean, Chinnapu, let's just go with Sandan there. That's easy at this time of day. His first over was really good. Yeah, got it in the right place. But the second one, well, that's when Grover decided to go. But look, the bowling from Nagasi, I think that was very good. Just came through 11, even from Gurinder Singh. So the bowling there wasn't that bad. You look at that, there was no bowler that really went for loads. But it's those extras, and they've taken both these matches right down to almost the wire. I mean, the first one couldn't be any closer. We thought perhaps we were going to go to a golden ball at one point. This one as well could have been very different, but where they've got to learn is they've got to stop giving those extras away. 16 extras, especially the ones in wide, 10 wide, that's going to cost you every time.
Well, it's another over, isn't it?
Yeah.
And as Vinny calls them, the avoidables, and they could have avoided 2 losses. I think the Academy, if they'd bowled with a bit more discipline.
Yeah, Chitanipu, I think 2 for 23. He bowled really well. I think we saw good bowling there from Gurinder Singh as well. Shetty was good. I think he was good when he was out there with the bat as well. But just not able to convert those performances into a good win. And that shows you what Berlin have achieved by winning those 2 matches here. They've gone to the top of Group B with 4 points. And that's ahead of Britannia and Chemnitz, 2 teams that played both their matches early today. And they shared the even, so they're both on 2 points. Magdeburg we haven't seen yet, but Berlin International Cricket Academy, they're right down at the bottom, and they know when they come back, they've got to come back strong.
Well, have to, and they'll be playing Magdeburg in the first 2 games of on Monday, and we'll see what Magdeburg bring to the table. And I know that the Cricket Academy will be smarting after this, and they'll want to come back with a couple of wins. And then in the afternoon, we'll see the team that's top of the table at the moment, the Berlin Cricket Club. They're going to be playing against Britannia. That's going to be tough for them, I think. Yeah. Especially with the one-man show. He's in spectacular form. What a player!
What a player! And just he set the morning alight, didn't he? And what a start it was this morning, when clear blue skies, lovely sunny day, and we saw Rohit Singh out there playing some beautiful shot. And really, he was also very unlucky, because he was just supersonic in his first knock when he just scored the 70 runs effortlessly, didn't he? And in the second match, it was like he was going to do it all over again. He was 20 off like about 6 or 7 balls, and then, well, that very, very lucky moment for Chemnitz, wasn't it, where the ball is rifled back at the bowler, he gets his foot on it, and Rohit Singh unfortunately was out of his crease and gets out. That changed the match.
It did. It does mean that he'll have an average, because he was not out in the first game, and the way he's batting, it'll be a good bowler who'll get him, because he's looked very, very good, as has Stanexai for Chemnitz. So I think those 2 will be up there with the 2 top run scorers of the competition. They both look class.
Yeah, they look really good. I think the way they took on the bowlers and made it look easy. Some excellent batting we saw there. So we saw 2 matches where the batting was all about power and blasting. Then I think we saw 2 matches here where it's all about the batsman just timing the assault to perfection. It couldn't be too different, could it? I mean, we saw from Krager the first one, and then we saw there from Grover. I mean, they batted literally all the way through. At one point, it looked like, well, they're just not going to score any runs. They're just struggling. And then they've just timed it to perfection and won the game on each occasion for the team.
Exactly right. And there's two batsmen, Krager and Grover, who have batted through the innings, one in each game, and got over the line for Berlin CC. I think there's a little bit of luck in it. But at the same time, good cricket.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing. Good cricket, smart cricket. I think what that does show us that even in this T10 format, it does pay dividend to have a batsman that you're just saying to that guy, right, your job is this. Your job is to bat the 10 overs, and if you come back with 40, 45 on the board, you've done your job.
Yeah,
let the others play around you. And I think that's been the proof in the pudding here. I know other teams adopt a different policy, and maybe that's Berlin International Cricket Academy. Their way of thinking is very different. Each batsman is going out trying to hit the ball big all the time. But it just goes to show, if you've just got that one batsman that can stay there, occupy the crease, but also know when the right time is to go and accelerate. But when it works, you win matches.
Absolutely. Well, we'll be back on Monday with some more cricket from lovely Dresden. It's been a great week here working with you, Rico. I've very much enjoyed standing next to you and or sitting next to you, depending on the occasion. And,
or being high above me as well at some point. No, it's been a truly wonderful 6 days of cricket. It's been entertaining. I think Group A was fabulous. We saw 5 teams there that really entertained us. It's unfortunate that we had to say goodbye to one of them, and that was the Berlin Lions. And now we've started here today with Group B, and we've seen, well, 4 very good teams. They've entertained us. The weather's been good here today. We've had a great time. I've really enjoyed standing here with you. And, well, it couldn't be better. Lovely day, lovely setting, lovely country, beautiful ground, and this lovely surroundings around us, and watching cricket all day long. I mean,
absolutely,
what
Rico.
more can 2 men in their 50s ask for and be very happy indeed, eh?
Well, Rico, have a good break tomorrow.
We will have a good break. And look, remember, tomorrow, no cricket tomorrow, but join us first thing on Monday morning, 9 o'clock local time. We will be back. And remember, the action continues all the way through the week. So from me and from Daddy, we're going to say goodbye. Thank you very much for joining us. Take care. Have a lovely weekend. Adios. God bless.
See you guys.